Welcome everybody, Rain is here once again with another episode of Tales of Arise. Picking up where we left off, I remember we jumped on this boat. So, yeah, without further ado, man, let's get into it.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Well, sounds like Dolohim can't really make up his mind anyway.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Rushing on each other.
I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Or Kasara. I like Kasara the most.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way.
That's not hard to do.
But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Okay, so who else do I gotta talk to? Xion.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
You can so tell that they just want to tell each other straight up, like, how they feel. Especially Shion, you can just kind of tell. Alright, let's... not Royag.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
The ship had a better head start than I first thought. If you want to take a nap before things pop off, now's the time. Let's go.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Good grief.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
So this is pretty much like her fortress, or yeah, like dungeon, whatever. Let's go.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Well, so much for being sneaky.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Let's go.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Engaging!
Piercing roll!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Searing gale! Elusive
That makes me the thorn in our side.
Bring him down!
Lunar corruption!
Pierce through!
Lunar blast!
I'm ready! Miss him!
Captivity!
Tiger blade! Flame of fury!
Almost forgot what dodge was.
Make it rain!
In an instant! Impact drop!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
Let's get it.
Get lost!
Take it! I see one, eh? Dragon form!
Ice tornado!
Take down their defenses! Negative Fire support!
It's almost too strong! Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest! Elusive Trinity! You're mine!
This one's mine!
Fire in the hole! No escape!
Ice tornado!
I'll smash you! Looks like shield! No escape!
I can't remember how to do that.
Make it rain!
Kitara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Oh, there's a okay. I guess it is. What is this thing? It's just me, or does it look like one we ran back in Reveal? Hold on, this one's actually made of astral energy. It might be of Almadra's traps. Crap, so what do we do? If I manipulate the astral energy, I could get rid of it maybe. I'll just have to give it a shot. Oh, so we can get rid of stuff.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get the keys, right?
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Okay. We got open doors. Milk.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Oh shit. Hi.
I
Beat
won't
Zilla.
forgive you!
I'm not done! You
Ready!
So much for talking it out! Searing gale! Piercing wind!
All yours, Kisara!
My turn! Mercy! Strut! Show thy mystic mercy!
Going in!
Hold nothing back!
Healing circle!
Dragon swarm!
Oh yeah, he turns into... Oh, I remember this.
You're on! Infernal turret! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll face you!
Here I come! Here I come! Tear it through! Sonic kick!
Can't get out of this!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Oh, it's not like you can do it now.
We're interrupted!
You won't get away with that!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Piercing
Lancer!
Here I come! Sonic
Here's a
thrust!
healing art!
Push it. There we go.
Freezing storm!
Raging Luna Storm!
Ice tornado! I've taken too much damage!
Oh. Frozen.
Take this!
Healing circle!
It's over!
So ice freezing them.
Flame of fury! Burning
Take this! It's over!
Here, let me help! Tiger blade!
I owe you one for that! You're finished! Catapult! Dragon swarm!
Falling storm! Denied!
I hit the wrong button.
Dragon swarm!
All wait! Save you! Lunar corruption!
I'll forget.
Pierce through!
Tiger
Sonic
blade!
thrust! Dragon swarm!
One for that.
Pierce through! Dragon swarm!
A freezing storm!
You're on! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Dragon swarm!
Tiger blade! Do it! You'll soon see about
Law!
that!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't all Madria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Alright. Let's go. What do we got? Oh.
She
Is that
sure
one of those
spared no
monsters?
expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit
Yeah,
vessel,
spirit
and the
vessel.
sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
Vandal drag? Oh shit. You know what?
Take this! Move it! Gate! You're mine! I'm not done!
This is actually like one of those boss things.
You're finished! I'm not
Oh.
Now! You're mine! Pierce through!
Where are you going?
It's over!
On guard! Take it! Go!
Shit. You know what?
You're mine!
If I would have thought about that, I would have had Shion wait.
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
This
It's
one's
over!
mine!
Dragon Form!
Elusive deity! Tiger blade!
Getting
Prepare me! Flame of fury! This one's mine!
Oh, that hurt. Okay.
I'm not done!
That's it! Dazzling spin!
Sonic thrust!
Freezing
Dragon
strike!
Swarm! Sonic thrust!
Tornado! Falling storm!
Dragon
He's not too hard though. Core break. Let's go.
Tiger blade!
Dragon Swarm! Coming through! Ha!
51 hit combo. Yeah.
Scarlet Inferno! You're mine! Here I come! Ha!
That was quick recovery.
Here I come!
Here goes!
Benediction
Pierce
light.
through! Take this!
Falling storm!
Ha!
Eruption!
Try harder! My turn!
Tiger blade!
Not a chance! I'm not
Annihilation!
done!
Blast and rend!
Sonic thrust! Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going? This one's mine!
There we go. There you go, Shion.
Dragon
Tiger
Swarm!
blade!
Blast the shock! Air pressure! Searing gale!
Here's a healing arc!
It's too much!
First aid! Look sharp!
Take this!
Sight!
I'll face you!
Graviton field!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Oh, Shion can't do anything.
Here, let me help! First
Thank you, Shion.
Snake of the abyssal deep.
This one's
You're
mine!
mine!
Lunar Corruption! Going in!
Here I come!
Gemini Alpha! Look sharp! Annihilation!
So thy mystic
Dragon
mercy.
Swarm!
Tiger blade!
Blast the shock!
Fairy circle. I'm ready.
Do it! This ends now!
He's done.
Consider yourself finished!
Good shit. Level 3 it is. Yep, it's fight time. We got... Yes, sir.
Well, there's only one last place to look.
Let's hope she's not too hard. Passes the door battle with a lord awaits. All right, it's go time. Let's go.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Niez. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
There you go, Rinwell.
What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold!
Oh, Jesus, this damn dragon again. Let's kill this woman.
Enjoy your meal!
She gets away again? Or like, oh, come on. Ah, okay, we gotta...
Sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
You're mine! It's over!
Wait, does he not light up?
Kill! Your art! Right.
I'll heal you
To
all!
everlasting darkness. Negative gate.
Healing
On
circle!
your way.
This one's mine!
Air pressure. Ready to go. You're mine!
Ice tornado!
Rising phoenix.
Freezing storm!
Did he do that or did I... Oh, lordy.
Here I come! It's over! On your knees.
Aw, too shy to come over.
Freezing storm!
Let me help.
Shut up! Another incantation ruined.
Take this!
He who prepares for
This one's mine!
Oh, his tail's not lit up anyway.
Allow me to help you.
Far enough!
Resonate with the earth. It's over. Mike, on your knees. Can't get out of this.
Dazzling spin!
Oh, that shit works.
It's over. So you clamor for my true power?
Wretched fool!
Look shot.
Into the shadows!
Benediction light.
Shot!
Searing gale.
Dazzling spin!
Take this. Armor won't save you. It's over.
Tiger blade!
This one's all mine.
Oh, we got one bar down.
Through. Thanks.
This boss fight's kind of, ooh,
I owe you one.
like I gotta fight her and a dragon.
Ice tornado!
Dance on the wind.
Turn to dust!
On your knees.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Well, as long as he doesn't heal, I think I'll be alright.
You pay for that. Benediction light. Here I come. Plasma shock. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Your meditation.
Hear my call!
You're mine. It's over.
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Shadow shield and Jesus!
Wait a minute, let me see something.
Their arcs were interrupted!
Try harder.
Annihilation!
Try harder. Stay away from my friend. Here I come.
None shall escape my
Oh
cup!
shit, they're like all dead. She, no? Sorry, yeah.
Train harder! This one's mine!
Dance on the
Yeah,
wind.
I'm gonna like come out of that. Damn.
Grab
Air pressure.
Mega ray!
The SAR's down too. Oh, wait, here we go with this crap.
It's in your hands now.
I was overcome.
Oh my goodness.
I can't lose!
Is this it?
Oh, what the? I straight up dodged that, but okay.
Glacial spear! Dazzling spin!
This.
Freeze laser!
Flaming meteor!
Come on!
Okay, we've got to do something.
You're mine.
Because we die a lot.
Can't be happening!
I let my guard down!
Oh my god. They're all dead. Oh. Wait, who just came back to life? I didn't realize. What did, oh wait. Can they act on their own outside of the party? Okay, hold on, whoa.
Can't move.
God dang it.
I let my guard down!
Just bring me back.
Glacial spear! Here's
Resonate
evil!
with the
Come
earth.
on.
This is some punishment.
No! Don't leave me all alone here!
Lunar corruption!
Tiger blade!
You're finished.
Freeze laser!
I'll thank you. Sonic thrust.
Oh, not hearts. Items, right?
Behold my true power!
I never miss!
Her master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Sonic thrust.
Come on.
Here's evil!
Ridwell.
I'll never forgive you!
Oh, okay.
I'll take you down!
So I didn't do that right the last time.
You don't scare me! Freeze laser!
Nice.
Go for it, Ridwell.
Hit her now!
Rotating pile driver.
Annihilation!
Sonic Resonate with the earth.
Wait!
Stalagmite.
Mega ray!
On your knees. You're mine. Plasma shot.
Look shot!
Searing gale.
Reload!
You're finished.
You will!
Reload! None shall escape my gun! Going in!
Negative gate. Pierce through. Resonate with the earth. Plasma shot.
Oh shit.
Falling storm!
He's about to do it again.
Captivity. It's over.
Annihilation!
Plasma shock. Begin.
I'm gone! Mega ray!
Spearing
This one's mine!
engulfs you!
This one's mine! The winds of judgment blow your...
I didn't have it. I didn't have any,
Chaotic disaster!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Alright, monsters out of the picture. Let's... Dang.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon.
I wouldn't lock
Nothing
her up.
more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
Oh, she should die. Just saying. What the hell is that? Oh, this jerk.
It's that swordsman again. Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Well.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Well, she's done.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Well.
Stop right there!
Oh, come on, Falcon.
Think you can cut me down? What?
Oh, here we go again. Oh, his mask broke. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Is he half Renan and half Danon?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something!
Oh.
Let go of me! Let me go!
Sion!
Is he about to kidnap her?
Sion!
Oh. You felt that.
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
What the hell? I have so many questions. This subject 1273, the spirit channeling ceremony will begin shortly. Until then, you are to calm your mind and await further instructions.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home.
Oh wait, am I?
I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
Astral energy charging almost complete. Output stable. Standing by. Wait, is he a... Yeah, Renan. The maiden will maintain control over things. You just focus on not breaking your concentration while the ceremony is in progress. If you want to see your home again, you'll have to do a good job here. Number 1273. What? Oh, it's you, 1273, or should I say, Sovereign. You don't understand how much time and effort we've invested to create you as our lone success. We can't risk losing you to injury at this stage. What? I don't know who got in their head to start calling you Sovereign. At the end of the day, you're nothing more than a test subject. You're only worth lives and your physical attitude for the task at hand. Your thoughts and feelings are of no concern. Yo, what the hell am I witnessing? There's no music, or is it supposed to be like that, or am I bugging? To be honest, I was beginning to sweat bullets. If you hadn't worked out, who knows what we would have done. This is the first time we've managed to assemble a Sovereign and Maiden ready for the ceremony after all. But seeing you make it all the way to today has put my fears to rest. Bro, what the hell is going on? Is this a test subject, ma'am? Wow, looks just like us. On the outside, maybe. Inside, it's as uncivilized as the rest of them. You haven't forgotten my warning from earlier, I hope. No, ma'am. No touching the subject, right?
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room.
Well, wherever that is. Oh, okay. It's time, Alvin. It's finally happening, huh? Yes, we need to change into our outfits, then meet in front of the transference device. Once this is all over, you'll finally be able to return home. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm so sorry you got dragged into all this. That's not your fault. Let's just do what we have to get to and get this thing over with. Right.
I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
So he's a Danon.
Alphen.
Leori.
Leori. Holy hell, dude.
Live for me.
No. Leori. No! Wait, please. Wait,
Wow.
What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like.
Now he can feel pain again.
So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone?
No. Oh, shit.
I need to find them. Better start looking.
Your party disbanded. Master Core of Wind. At least we got that. Man, that's crazy. Okay. I have a lot of questions, but so I'm digging it. It looks like he was like a half Danon Renan, but it looks like he's Danon. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. Alright. Well, Shion's gone.
Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Oh crap.
You're mine! It's so try harder! Here I come!
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Sonic thrust! Dragon swarm! You're mine! Pierce through! Plasma shock! Here I come! Dragon swarm!
Oh, he can't do the combo stuff anymore.
You're mine!
Oh hell, that sucks.
Pierce through! Dragon swarm! Here I come! You're finished! Here I come! You're finished! Here I come! You're finished!
Oh no. I use a yeah.
There! Take this! It's over! Dragon swarm! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! It's over! You're finished! Sonic thrust! Dragon swarm!
Jeez. Oh, that was a pitiful fight.
Alvin?
Finwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell. Where are we?
Ganith Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
What happened?
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danons, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danon defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Uh-oh.
Probably.
Well, Alphins are Renan, right?
Alphen!
Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
It's not a good thing.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
Is he not sitting on any? Okay.
I was abducted from Dana.
Oh, okay.
I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Oh, wow.
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
to keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
Old. Very old.
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Yeesh. Well, isn't there a place I could, like, I don't know, buy stuff or something? Oh, well, it's usually at the end anyway, right?
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Of course you can
Really?
fight. You just can't use the blazing
You
sword.
ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I think I'll be able to put more stuff on all these dudes.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all
Excuse me.
got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come!
You don't need the blazing sword, I guess.
We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy. Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Down! You're out!
if it has,
Take this!
That was what it was, because he was fast. Plus, I don't want Renwell in here. I'd rather have Law.
Be my guest! I'm on it! Switch! Take this! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Switch darkness.
Here I come! First strike! Take this! It's over! It's your time! It's over!
Now!
Inferno!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Eat dirt!
I'll take you all on!
Okay, Kisara, I see you.
Flare Demolisher!
That's it! I'm on a roll now! Dragon Swarm! Inferno Pass through! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Yeah, so they let me keep some of the arts. That's funny.
Piercing
Eat this! Sonic Thrust! Talon Hurricane!
Now, go in.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
That's cool.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this Salim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
All right.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
We definitely
Yeah,
should.
can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. To the inn. Why is there... Oh. Let's hear
By
the
the way,
story.
How is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
Who?
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including
Oh.
us.
The guy.
But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going.
Okay.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Xion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
Does that mean there's a campfire here somewhere? Oh, yeah, I see it. Cool.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Xion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Xion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
Oh, Shion. Wait, that was really her then. So she's been lying the whole time.
Alone. I'm all alone.
So she knew who Alphen was the entire time. Wow.
Let's go.
Damn.
We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
Okay, that's really cool. Okay, so that's interesting. Wow. I'm gonna cut it here. Man, this is getting more intense and intense each time I play. Man, that was really fun. So yeah, I can't wait to continue this. So the next episode is going to be, of course, more Arch and Ellico, but I appreciate you guys for kicking it with me and watching this unfold with me. Man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. How, you know, what do you guys think about Shion and Alphen's relationship here? It's kind of a cool twist, right? But, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that greatness. Thank you again for kicking it with me here. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you next time, man. Once again, the rain is out. Peace, guys.